Hi there. So I trust the first part of the year has been engaged in planning, trying to make sure that you know where exactly you're going to get the growth that you're looking for in this coming year. This is one of the primary things that we do for our customers. You know that our proposition here at the OMG is to help our clients grow their turnover 6 times in the next 20 years. And so we also need to have a view on where we think this growth is going to come from. And I think that we've got a number of handles on it, and I'd like to share just one of them with you today, and perhaps we can get into some others as time goes by. I think one of the things that we find is that there's a very strong place in business today to mine the intangibles, the things that aren't based on objective knowledge, and to find all the value that exists there. There's a tremendous amount of value that you can get from how people perceive things, the value that people assign based on how they see the world. And this is different from the way that people objectively put the world together. Objective knowledge are the things that we can put together time and again. 2 plus 2 will always be 4. And that's always true, regardless of who's testing it and how often we might do that experiment. But objective knowledge is just one part of the knowledge. And it's important because most of business knowledge is based on this objective reality. But there are other types of knowledge. For example, there's objective knowledge. As we've just discussed, and subjective knowledge is the knowledge that people express, which we don't have a way to test necessarily. For example, people might say, I'm hungry. They might say that I'm angry. They might give you a mood, and these are the types of things that you need to accept about what people share with the world. But it would be very difficult to ascertain the level of hunger or the level of subjective irritation that someone might express. Then, of course, the shared knowledge. And shared knowledge is interesting because there is knowledge that is shared amongst a number of people. So, necessarily, unlike subjective knowledge, this isn't knowledge from inside. This is not the feeling that I'm hungry. It's the idea that there is a shared experience, for example, of Chinese people in the United States. There's a shared experience of entrepreneurs in South Africa. If you ask all of them, they might tell you about deep frustrations related to bureaucracy, late payments, the difficulty with the labor environment being rigid. But the shared experience is something that you can relate to, and you can also identify very strongly. Then finally, you've got a sensory type of knowledge, and it's very interesting. Of course, this is when people express gut feels. They'll tell you things about soldiers, for example, in the field will tell you that they just felt like there was a booby trap that they were walking into, or they suspected an ambush, or really experienced firefighters can kind of predict which way the fire is going to go in a room. You get people who are experienced paramedics who, without any inclination, any view of cardiac arrest, will already reach for a defibrillator. There are some things that they feel deeply, that they know intrinsically, that they struggle to articulate, that they're just able to apply. And these are just, there are many ways in which you can take a look at knowledge, and this is just one frame. And you can see that across having these kind of 4 categories of knowledge, that business, particularly in South Africa, has underutilized all of the information that arrives from these 4 pillars. And I think that mining these types of frames, these conceptual frameworks, reveal a lot about how it is that businesses can build a better relationship with their customers, that they can make products that are more suited to how they feel, products that are better suited to their shared experiences, products that alleviate some of the things that they feel deeply, that they're happy to act on, but not necessarily perhaps are able to articulate in an objective manner in a survey, as an example. So while there is a place for that type of research, and there's a place for objectivity in business, it's one of the places that we feel that South African business does very well. Where we think there are massive opportunities is to look at the place where there's subjective value to be obtained. And there are many ways to look at that. In many ways, the social sciences have not really been used as a tool to serve business. And we think that that is an untapped gold mine that South African businesses need to take advantage of. For example, in an objective sense, there's always a right and a wrong. But in a business sense, for example, if I had to ask you to think about a high-end retailer, I'm sure one would come to mind. And if I asked you to think about a bargain retailer, another would come to mind. In that sense, it's different from objective knowledge because there's a space in the market for a successful low-cost retailer and a successful premium retailer. And there may be a number of medium-range retailers in between. So what we start to see is that there are many opportunities across the spectrum of need, want, desire, ability. And therefore, business is not a purely objective game. And this is the help that we aim to give to our clients to make sure that they can benefit from the vast untapped potential of the intangibles in business today. And so this is one of the things that we think is a surefire place to find new growth in 2019. And we hope that you'll have explorations along this value chain which are beneficial. And also, should the opportunity arise, if we can do it together, we'd be happy to do that with you.